Awesome. Hey guys. So I wanted to give just a short little video update. I'm not for those of you who receive regular updates via MailChimp, via email, you guys know I'm not the greatest at writing. I can articulate a little bit better what I'm trying to say through actually just speaking. So I figured I'd try doing something like this, something God's been speaking a little bit about to me personally over the past couple of weeks and months as we're in this place of looking for basically a building as the YWAM base, trying to establish ourselves here. We're looking for some sort of facility, a building, something. If you look right behind us, we wanted this one right back here, and that just didn't ever happen. It would have cost us about $30,000 a month to rent. Not doing that. But it's kind of been bringing up this whole thought. Lots of people have been talking about this idea of promised land. You know, Moses talked about the promised land quite a bit, and is something the Israelites were always going towards, and God was always speaking about the promised land. And so I've been thinking about that and kind of praying about that, of like, God, we want our promised land. We want to start going towards it, fighting for our promised land. And then I've been reading in Exodus 33, so you can hop in there at any point. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I want to pull out a couple pieces that I've just been thinking about. And we see in here in Exodus a very puzzling statement. God is meeting with Moses in the tent of meeting, and all of a sudden God is just saying, that he's going to send Moses into the land and drive out all these things, and he says, I'm going to send an angel with you. And then God says, but I will not go with you. And after this, we see this interesting dialogue begin to take place. We see a little clause between verse 7 and verse 11, and there's just this kind of puzzled me a little bit. I don't hear it taught about too much, but God saying, I will not go with you. And Moses' response to me is probably one of the most interesting things. And he looks to God, and he almost reminds God, not that God forgot, but just kind of this thing of Moses was almost reminding himself, just repeating back to God of, God, these are your people. You're the one that sent us out here. And then he says, then the Lord says, then Moses says to him, if your presence does not go with us, do not send us up from here. How will anyone know that you are pleased with me and your people unless you go with us? What else will distinguish me and your people from all the other people on the face of the earth? And then it says, and then the Lord says to Moses, I will do the very thing you have asked, because I am pleased with you and I know you by name. And for me, this was, all of a sudden I had this revelation that Moses knew what his promised land was. It wasn't a piece of property. It wasn't some far off distant land. It was Moses knew his promised land was God. He looks at God in these verses in 15 through 16, and he basically is saying to God, I don't care about a promised land. If you don't go with us, I'm not going. If it's not with you, what does it matter? If we're not running with you, it's pointless. You are my promised land. You are the thing that I'm going after. You are what I want to be a part of. I don't care about the land of Canaan, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Perizzites, the whatever-ites. He didn't care about those lands. He wanted to go with Yahweh. And to me, it's been this understanding, it kind of trying to change, God trying to change my mindset on, what is your promised land? Is your promised land a building? Is your promised land a house? Is your promised land a city? Or is your promised land me? Am I your promised land? And I wanted to just, I guess, kind of leave this question with all of us who are kind of watching this is, what's your promised land? As I'm going through this journey of really trying to figure out that with myself, what's your promised land? Is it a business? Is it a proper school? Is it this perfect house, or going to this right nation? Or what is it? What's your promised land? And I just wanted to leave us with this thought. It's one of the things God's speaking to me right now, is knowing what your promised land is. And so I wanted to leave that with you guys as well. And yeah, if this resonates with you in any way, just shoot me an email. Let's talk about it. But I'll keep you in the loop with some of the things God's speaking and challenging me and us as a community with. And yeah, we'd love for you to continue being a part. So yeah, be blessed, and we'll talk to you later.